Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Clip It podcast. How are we all doing today? It's good to see you as always. If you aren't in the Discord, I did put an announcement for those who missed out on last week that we are going fortnightly now, just to make it a bit easier for me. I'm making more content now, and it's a little bit not stressful, but it's definitely a lot on my shoulders now. And it just helps with the guests as well, organising stuff for the special guests as well as for future events. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be happening soon. So yeah, I do apologise for those who missed out last week, but I hope you are enjoying the new content anyway. It's a lot of fun, and I'm finally getting a bit better, as you can tell from my voice. So I'm glad about that. But yeah, I hope you're all doing very well. It's definitely been an interesting week to say the least. For me, a lot has happened in the gaming world, which, I'm not too happy about it, but I respect the decisions that have been made on some of the announcements. That we'll get into more details later on. But yes, no, I want to say thank you very much to those who always support me, you wonderful subscribers. You're always there behind me and keeping me going. So thank you very, very much for that. I do really appreciate that. Anyway, yes, as mentioned, it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a good podcast, sorry. Hopefully we won't have any more issues like we did last time, because that was a bit awkward, let's just say. The whole YouTube thing was a bit of a disaster, and I did make that awful mistake. But this week we'll fine. So, yeah, let's get into this, as always, with the intro. Oh, there we go. I realised there was a visual bug last time watching over and getting the edit sorted, and I was listening to it at work the other day, in fact, and there was a bit of a audio issue of overlapping music, and I've hopefully sorted that. I know I've definitely sorted the visual issue, so hopefully the audio issue isn't there anymore. I'll find out after the podcast. I don't know. I didn't hear it then. But yes, we are joined by the ever-loving Delicious.
Ever-loving.
Okay.
Why do descriptions get weirder every week?
Okay, and Agent Oink.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't love you, and definitely not ever.
Oh, I'm the least ill of all of us.
Yes.
That's true. That's true.
Just to rub it in.
Which is actually, good point. Damn it. You are... It's not fair. Get ill. Actually, no, that's mean.
It's rude.
How are you two doing today?
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. A little bit ill, but otherwise, not too bad.
I'm well, thanks.
You're well?
Yeah.
Lucky
like
git.
Those things in the hole with water in. No, in the ground. Shit, you know what I mean.
Those things in... Okay, yeah. Actually, you need to make a well, actually, in No Man's Sky. Yeah. Why not?
It's not going to hit water. It doesn't go down far enough.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Surely you could.
I checked. I would.
Okay, I'm interested. There surely are parts, because I don't know how they do the water in the planets.
It's the same as most other games, to be fair.
Yeah, fair. So you could make a well. Make a well at the Stargate. I don't see why that's an issue.
Yeah.
Is it an issue? Anyway, have you been up to much, you two?
Been playing No Man's Sky, ain't I?
Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of No Man's Sky, but not so much the past couple of days.
And I've been playing a little bit of No Man's Sky. Again, not so much over the past few days. Other games have got in the way, I guess. We still need to finish Stellaris. That is a game we need to finish. We started it, we played like 2 sessions of it, I don't know, 3 maybe, and we need to finish that now.
Now?
We've got quite a few sessions before that's finished.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Knowing how Reese's current state is, I don't think...
Oh yeah, so I think we should mention that. I think we should clarify for the viewers on the current Reese, how do I put this, position?
Yeah?
Okay. So
He's a bottom,
for
isn't
the
he?
viewers, Reese, aka Universal Madness, we're saying fuck him for.
Okay. I didn't see that coming, and I'm gonna stay back a bit until I get a reason
okay.
to fuck him.
Whoa. Okay. Well, it's a little bit different what I was intended by that, but no, it's just been fun things. We are at an awkward point now because it's how do I word this? I was going to say it's no one's fault, but it literally is. It's not a major problem, I think, it's the same, but we're just at different points in the game, and we were hoping it would be a bit more of a co-op experience.
Oh, this,
Now,
No
yes.
Man's Sky, to be fair, not
Yeah.
Stellaris. A bit unclear.
oh yeah, no, Stellaris were all at the same point. Well,
Well,
all at
I
the
got
same point
heavily
in the
fucked last
game.
time.
Yeah. So I'm trying to. What was going on in Stellaris? I'm in the middle of like 5 wars at once that I'm winning purely because I know what I'm doing and I've got good defense.
Yeah.
Alfie's getting screwed in wars, if I
I mean,
remember.
yeah,
correctly.
technically, I'm not at war at the moment. I've just
You've
come
just
off the
got
back of a
fucked.
very, very rough
Yeah.
couple wars, and I've lost a lot of my empire because I've never played the game before.
I don't remember if it's Reese or Charlie. One of them's literally just fine.
Me.
Literally just vibing. Okay.
I
So
literally
I think
got
Reese has
no
had
no
a few
issues.
minor wars, if I remember. But
I think Reese has had more like the threat of war than actual wars.
Yeah. I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
Reese has actually had wars, but he's had a few close calls and issues related to wars.
Like,
Oh
Charles
no,
is
no, Reese
playing
was
the xenophobe.
having.
Mm.
I was gonna say Reese was having the issues related. What was it to like his economy just like being fucked?
Yes, yes. He's
Yes,
currently in a
that
point
was it.
where his economy is fucked over. He's not making any he's not making any positives in any
I
of
had
the
that-
economy. So
a small
he's
issue before the war where my eco dropped and I wasn't doing well at all for energy. And then it stabilized. I had the war. I lost a huge part of my empire. Now I'm like positive in everything because I'm no longer spending it on anything.
yeah, I'm
But
the
yeah, Reese
same.
is like spiraling out of control now. I remember.
Yes, no, that was one of the things because I was in the same situation where I wasn't in a bad situation where I was losing hundreds of stuff or like in the minus by 100. I was going into the minus slowly, but that's because I was just at a point where I wasn't understanding the game. So I finally learnt how to play the
Right.
game, and have made positives everywhere. I'm nowhere near sort of Delicious's point, Phelan's point. I'm still trying to work on making a better army, but I'm not in any
Oh, I've
wars.
not
I've
even
had
touched
loads
on
of
it.
aliens quit their borders on me, but I'm not in any real bad
Yeah,
states.
it doesn't
So
help that I'm a devouring swarm, and I kind of didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It creates tensions with the neighbors. That
Yeah, I mean, well, that's why I'm surprised that Charles is getting on so well because Charles is like a xenophobic race, like of enslavers, from what I understand. But he seems to be doing
and
fine.
what was
we're
the
not talking about Stellaris anymore. Just to
Are we not? Damn.
fine, it's cool. Just ruin it. Just ruin everything. Because anyway,
Yeah, no, but like
you put me off now. You saw.
Yeah, well, you know,
Reese had
I've been look, bro.
Reese
I'm
had an
ill. I was
interesting-
taking a second to mute and blow my nose. I didn't get full audio of what you are about because of that. I'm trying. Okay, I get
Right,
it now.
okay. You're
But like,
certainly
you know,
trying.
come on.
Dear.
that's just
Yeah,
disappointing.
I think Greece has got a very interesting political stance in Stellaris at the minute, if I remember correctly.
I don't actually know what his political stance is currently, to be honest. I know that he had a couple issues with a couple factions, but like I don't remember him being in a state where he's about to die from about 1,500 angles.
Yeah.
But like it is genuinely amazing playing that from my point of view because as mentioned, I'm just chill. I'm building, but I'm building a bunch of colonies, making I'm doing it in a very peaceful way. I'm not going against anybody. I'm trying to team with them as much of a xenophobe as I
I'm
am.
trying not to.
Well, I'm not trying to
don't
team
really
with
have
them,
a
but I'm
choice.
trying to get to a point where they're not going to kill me, which is working well, somewhat. None of them want war. But just
Alright,
listening
Chamberlain.
to these three, just every half an hour or so, just absolute mass panic because there's like two countries at two factions at one time, just trying to just bring all out war on them.
I mean, yeah, like
It is the fucking funniest.
the first species I came into contact with were like high militaristic anyway, and like high expansionist. So it wasn't going to go well. Like my negotiations with them just got nowhere. They just didn't give a fuck what I wanted to do. They weren't interested in any form of diplomacy. They were just like, fuck you. We're gonna fucking spit on your empire and come claim it. And I was like, fine, I'm gonna fight back. And it went very wrong.
Fair.
Yeah.
Again, I played a good hour. A good hour not knowing how to play the game. Like, it took me a silly amount of time to realize that when you're on a planet, you can build stuff to then, produce stuff. And that's where I started to, that's why I was not going into, positives of, for example, my some of my economy stuff. That's why I couldn't build shit. And I would have to wait a while for it to go up because I was, again, not really low in the minuses. I was relatively okay. And then I found trading, and that's helped me a lot. So, yeah. But it just, even though I spent a good hour doing the tutorial, it didn't help me in any way, shape, or form. Playing with you guys really taught me how to play the game, which is, I think, best said for most games, to be honest. It's just experiencing it, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been good. I hope we do get a finish. I wouldn't mind doing some more other runs. You've made a few other colonies. You've made a few other factions, haven't you?
I've made 2 other goddamn species just because I wanted to.
Fair.
One of which is just plants that rely literally on food for everything. I can't remember what the robots were at this point. I think they were hive mind robots that just didn't want to kill anyone or kill everyone. Because I was kind of sick of people just hating me immediately.
Fair.
You don't want to go into a new game of Stellaris with people semi-relying on you for certain things when they've just done a major update and everyone then wants to try and kill you. It doesn't help.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, I haven't looked into the patch notes, but I did notice. I didn't read into it. I read the the brief sort of short summary of it. I haven't looked into it into detail, but I'm interested to see how much of a difference it really makes. I don't know. I'm actually really happy how my first factions come along. Surprisingly, again, not knowing what to do, it's just worked. I don't know if it's just because I'm very just calm, chill. I don't go out and I did make the mistake of exploring a bunch of shit really, really fast. And then what's that one where you've got too much exploration? So I can't remember what it's called now. But when you've explored too much, you've got it's like your outreach sort of, whatever that stat's called. That's way through the moon without me even upgrading it in any way, shape, or form. My militaries are overbuilt. I need to upgrade them so I can make them bigger without overstressing myself. So I'm still at a point where I'm still learning the game, but I'm not gonna go into economical debt or a crash anytime soon. I'm still calm and all that. So
yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, no, it's been an interesting week. We haven't played it for a good 2 weeks now, good 3 weeks actually.
Yeah.
So we do. Oh, damn it. If Reese was here, then I could have talked about the one of my main subjects that happened this week a lot more. But we'll get through it anyway, even if it's a brief mention.
I mean, what if Reese was here?
What if Reese is here? What if Reese was here? I would have talked a lot more about Battlefield and the fact that it was announced today.
The subject I thought. My
yeah,
bad.
that it was delayed this week. It was officially announced that it was delayed till November. So just under a month.
That is a shame. I have purchased the gold edition of Battlefield 2042 on Origin. When is the beta? Now.
The beta is right now, according to 2 people,
True.
which was fucking brilliant. But no, I put all my viewpoints on Twitter for those who are interested in my Twitter. I put all my viewpoints on there, what I thought about it, and spoke to a couple other users. And I respect the developers. I much prefer, like, I hope DICE haven't been put under a crunch from EA. I just hope they haven't. It's EA, so it's kind of like questionable. But I'm glad that they're spending that extra month to put more time and make it hopefully a less buggier game. Sorry, or just finish it. But like I was disappointed because the early access was coming out on my birthday, the 15th of October. I just literally that day that it was delayed. I pre-ordered it, the gold edition, and so it kind of just hit me a bit harder because I was like, well, I was looking forward to it. It was something to look forward to, and I had just spent my money on it. But again, it's not something. It's not like a year delay. It's only a month. It's not technically just under a month.
Yet a year delay.
And again, I'm that sort of kid who I had that week off anyway for different reasons, holiday reasons. But now I've
on holiday.
Yeah, I was meant to go on holiday for a whole week from the 16th to the 23rd. However, that got cancelled. So that's 7 days. I've just split now for having my birthday weekend off and having the weekend of the pre-release and the weekend of the actual release off. So all I need now is the official beta release dates, and then I'm going to take that weekend off because I'm sad.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that was something I was disappointed about. I'm very lucky. I'm looking extremely much forward to this. That's a sentence.
It was.
I've got a theory that potentially the beta. I doubt it because there's been a lot of the rumors that came out on the day it was released. A lot of the rumors that came out on the day that it was rumored to be delayed were true. And then a lot of rumors about the beta. They're looking quite. There's a lot of evidence to say that's right because the people who have already, released this sort of information have been right in the past, especially with Battlefield. So I think they would have said more stuff on the beta, but like I feel like because they have said nothing about Hazard Zone, the beta is just going to be Hazard Zone, and that's how they're going to reveal it. Is just let you play it, which I'm completely for. That's just a cool way of revealing another part of the game, but they may even just that may be the reason it is still that's why they put the month delay on it, is because that particular game mode isn't ready, and so they're trying to get it finished and I don't know balanced to a point where it's all right to be released, and that's why they've said nothing on it. I said a lot on Twitter as well. The reason I think Battlefield have been, also DICE, EA DICE have been very quiet for the last month, is because they were thinking about this whole, do we delay the game? How much do we delay the game? And that's why they didn't say anything, because they were thinking about it and they didn't know how to put it. What sort of what the consequences, etc. What the company would think about. But yeah, and if we're going to talk about topics that I'm just going to say about and make brief, the Vanguard beta came out on PC for everybody yesterday. That got extended to Wednesday, which I didn't see coming for some reason.
It's not a ridiculous size, is it, that one?
No, again, the game is rumored to be 250 gigabytes, but the beta is only 15.
My God.
Which I'm like, how is the beta only 15? I genuinely think it is just the story mode.
I'm scared about they're just pure 4K video files they're putting in the campaign.
Yeah, I think it is literally just the story, because it's made by the same people that made World War II, and in my opinion, World War II had some of the best story in a recent Call of Duty game. It was all right. It definitely looked amazing. It had
some issues.
Yes, 100%.
Controls, specifically vehicles. Good Lord, I'm actually upset that you made me think about that tank section again.
Yeah, I think it had one of the best. Oh, it's hard to say that though, because there have been some amazing intros to Call of Duty stories, but it's definitely had one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that you can't skip the cutscene, which is an absolute pain in the ass.
You can't do that. It's a little bit unclear sometimes. If you're going for the achievement as well, that's kind of a bit of a crapshoot. And at the end of the day, it's I guess potential spoilers for I don't know. 20
the game's 4 years old now.
Yeah, but whatever. D-Day is a good way of starting something, especially as certain World War films have shown.
But they should have
But
ended it with it.
you need to make some sort of substance out of it, because especially in the game, it was literally just run point to point, which is fine. But then you clear, what is it, like a handful of bunkers in fairly easy linear sections, and it could have been something more.
I remember the Medal of Honor game.
Hmm.
Medal of Honor. Fuck, what was it called? I can't remember which Medal of Honor became it, but that had a much better D-Day scene because it was more fleshed out. You did more in
Yeah.
that run up to the bunkers. Literally, the Call of Duty one is you get on the beach, you run
Yeah.
to cover, you get to the shoreline, you get to like the line where you have to explode, and then you're in the bunkers practically. It's like,
Yes, yeah, you put down with Skrillex and the sand explodes.
yeah, it was short. It was surprisingly short. I am interested to
Yeah.
see what they do actually do because the game's made by Sledgehammer, who made Call of Duty World War II. However, apparently the Zombies is being worked on by Treyarch, who people will know the Black Ops series. And the Zombies in that is phenomenal for zombies, Call of Duty zombies at least. However, I really, really enjoyed the Zombies in World War II. In my opinion, it was one of the better ones because they went for that sort of storytelling. Sorry, they went for more of a story-based, realistic. I preferred the look of the zombies in World War II at least. I don't know why. They just had that really gritty look that I really enjoyed. It had more of a horror feel. Maybe that's why people didn't enjoy it. I don't know. But yeah, Treyarch's working on that. So that's coming out in November. People are like, well, Battlefield's coming out in between two major games. Is that a bad idea? That's one thing people are worried about. The Call of Duty comes out on the 9th of October. 9th of November. Then it's the
Right.
Battlefield on the 19th, and then Halo at the end of November, maybe early December.
Oh,
I can't remember.
I keep forgetting that Halo
Yeah.
Infinite's coming out. Like, I've been hearing about it, but I don't sort of register that it's actually coming out.
And people are worried, well,
Yeah,
is being in the middle the worst part, or is it, do you want to be early or do you want to be late? It's like, I don't think people give a shit. People will pre-order the game if they want it, or they will buy the game if they want it. If a game comes out before, they're not going to go like, well, I'm not going to buy Battlefield, the game I wanted, because Call of Duty came out a week earlier.
Yeah. As someone that has never been into like either Battlefield or Call of Duty or Halo, like I'm pretty much
Yes.
absent from all of these franchises. They're all what I would call console sucker franchises, in that I'm fairly certain everyone with any console is going to buy all of them.
Oh, that's the
Like,
reason people
that's
are like,
just- well, Halo less so than the other two, but like
it's
I
very,
don't see anyone that's going to be like, oh, COD came out, I'm not going to buy Battlefield. And I'm like, that's absurd. Like, of course they're going to buy Battlefield. They're playing COD.
yeah,
You know?
it's that sort of point where they're coming out at a point where a lot of people are going to get them on Christmas, and they're expensive games nonetheless. They're all £50 AAA priced games, so it's very unlikely
50,
someone's going to
60.
everybody's going to buy all of them. 60, sorry. It's not like everybody's going to buy all three of them. Some people might buy two, but it's more likely someone's going to just buy most of the player base are just going to buy one of them. And again, it comes to that point of they're not going to make the decision based on the release date. They're going to base the decision on if they like the game or not. And a lot of people have not been enjoying Call of Duty this year, in the beta at least. The sound is atrocious, and I can tell you firsthand from playing the beta, the sound is the guns are all right.
I didn't realize.
The guns are all right. The problem is you can hear your footprints. You can hear your footsteps 200 to 300 times more than you can the enemies. The enemies are like minus 50 decibels, which people are
The
very
footsteps right
disappointed
under you are
about.
the loudest ones. Yeah. That.
And apparently it's been bricking at people's Xboxes. I've heard. I saw a tweet
nice.
saying that they've been bricking people's Xboxes, which I find fucking amazing. And they've been told to uninstall it if they get some graphical issues. So, Pog. Again, I don't understand why the beta is 15 gigabytes and the full game is 250. I'm assuming it's the campaign's going to be a good 100. The zombies is probably like a good 50. The multiplayer is probably going to be a good 100, though it shouldn't be. Oh, I wonder if that counts in Warzone, though. Because Warzone, the Vanguard brings in a completely new map. Obviously, so I know nobody here gives a shit, so I'll finish this in a moment. But for those who don't care, Warzone at the moment, you have a max, I think, of 5 to 7. It's either 5 or 7. Pardon me, 5 or 7. Like add-on slots to your weapon, customization slots. But Call of Duty Vanguard adds 10, brings 10 in, and so that's going to come into Warzone. So a lot of people are like, "Well, is that going to break it?"
There are some interesting attachments in that game.
Yes. Oh,
Not
no, for sure.
necessarily sure the game's going to be era accurate. If you're expecting, like World War II tried, I'll give it that. It kind of tried, and then gave up and shut itself halfway through. But I don't even think Vanguard's tried, which is fair enough.
I appreciate they're going more for making a fun game over a period accurate game, because there's some sites in that game, I don't know if you saw during my beta play, that just don't make sense. Just don't make sense in the slightest. Reticles mainly, but yeah, or like pardon me, or like oh Christ, like you can change the type of ammo in the guns now, which I'm like, not really a thing they did in World War II or post World War II. I think it's based in the 50s. So yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Anyway, I'm going to give my voice a chance so someone else speak.
Oh, I think it's Alfie's turn at least.
You really are struggling, aren't you? Fucking hell.
Good lord.
I'm okay.
This is awesome. I'm absolutely fine. Again, just to remind chat, I'm feeling sure. I'm great. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm middle of the ground, I suppose, but I'll give you a break. I'll try.
Go on.
Try my best.
This will be funny.
Look, I was like, okay, sometimes in life things happen, and they always seem to happen often at the worst time. In that I've just out of nowhere had someone like ask me to help with like setting up a Discord server for like community stuff like very suddenly, and I was kind of just like having a quick overlook on that. I mean, now look at this. Delicious claims to want to be on the podcast, and he's already gone and BRB'd. I mean, just terrible, honestly. But I'm not 100% of every single detail of what was being spoken about. Even Charles has left. Everyone's gone. It's just me. Well, welcome to the Agent podcast. I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm doing alright. But no, yeah, I think with like, I think you guys were still talking about Vanguard. I don't know. I fucking was focused on this Discord thing. But like I think any game that gets delayed or with Battlefield and that, like it's generally a good thing. The longer a game is in development, the less crunch the devs are on, the better. That's where I stand. No idea what you're talking about though, because I was not fully with it.
Apologies.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I thought I was being called as well. Funny story. I'll ask about what you've talked about. Funny story. Thought I was being called, muted, and said that I was coming, and went out, and apparently it was just like, telling my dogs off sort of thing, like just telling them to like be quiet or just stop what they were doing. Yeah, apparently all of us responded like, "We're coming." Hang on. Yeah, I love this family. So what was the chatter, the natter, the
Literally just.
Well, you
Agent
left,
Oink.
and then Charles left.
Yeah, I had to go run my nose. I'm sorry.
My podcast. I was having a little vibe.
Oh, yeah, no, that was. Oh, yeah,
We've got so many games to play,
We do. The thing is, recently I've been.
They're all decent length ones as well.
I've got too many games to play at the moment, but in the sense that I can get through a lot of them because luckily, so I've recently been invited to a creative initiative, which I'm very, very grateful for. For those who saw my recent video on Tales of Iron, I was not gifted, but I was given that game by the developer, which I'm very grateful for. And in response, I was meant to make a video, or I made a video for them, and I plan on streaming the game sometime later next week.
You hear that, IRS? It's been disclosed.
Yeah, which was a great game. I love Tales of Iron. It was a game I remember seeing at either E3 or Gamescom. I can't actually remember. I do apologize. But I was like, that looks interesting. It's got a cool concept. It's not my sort of style of game. Like at the time, I wasn't very much into story-based games. But after playing it, it's a game I genuinely want to kind of complete because it's got an interesting storyline, and I love the voice actor's voice. Yeah.
Voice actors.
But I also recently got Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2 from them, which is a game
Ooh,
I will
that
be making a
sounds
video.
fun.
Yes, it's a video I wanted because I remember watching a video from Westy months ago when it came out, and I watched it because I was just interested in it, and I was like, okay, it looks like an interesting game. I haven't played a recent Ghost Warrior, sorry, for a while. I saw the opportunity to come up to access the game, and so I asked for a key. He kindly gave me one. And the guy who's been helping me out in this initiative is absolutely amazing. The community is wonderful. I've spoken to some wonderful creators here. Still haven't had the chance to say hi to Soviet Womble, small flex, but there's some wonderful people in here. But like I've been getting more games from them. I recently got Elder Souls, which is a game I want to make a video on as well. That is a beautiful little game. But yeah, Sniper Ghost Warriors Contracts 2 is a video I want to work on. I've just been waiting for my voice to come back. And I also need to find a game to play for my completes. And so I think I might do Tales of Iron.
You should do Stellaris. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's either Tales of Iron, Just Cause 3, or I'm tempted to do Borderlands, but I think that will literally take me 1,500 episodes.
Don't think so. I think you really overestimate how long the game Borderlands is.
Again, not a game I've ever played, but it's not a game I've ever associated with being particularly long.
Yeah. So I might even do one on Elder Souls. Like that is it. I love the style of that game. So it's something I need to figure out, and I'll probably start next week, hopefully. But no, yeah, I've been very grateful for that. Rainmaker as well. That's been a great place for me to get some keys for reviewing games or making videos on. And the thing I love about it is it's not only that I get free games, which is wonderful, but it's that motivation that I've always said that it gives me something to do and a reason to make a video. I've always wanted to try and do more when it comes to making NerdCube plays sort of videos, and this has definitely been a motive towards that. I've been working on more content like that, so being able to get these new games and try them out and play them, I've been very grateful, and it's given me those opportunities and that chance to do that. So yeah, my voice is currently going again, so
yeah, you're struggling.
No, this is your podcast. You got this. Go on.
Yeah,
It's all a fizzy drink. That's what it is.
I'm sorry if you started this podcast by saying your voice is doing a bit better, and that you'll be you're feeling glad. Like it's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's been wonderful. I love making content. It's the editing that's always been the hardest part for me, but I've kind of got back into that motive of figuring out a style. So it's been really nice for me. I'm probably going to absolutely milk the fuck out of Battlefield when that comes out. I know I definitely will when the beta comes out.
God.
But I'll definitely be streaming it a lot more. So yeah, I don't know. I've been missing a lot of I was watching a lot of my TikToks, and I was going to say shorts, but they're literally the same. The other day, and it's like I just watching back, and I'm just like I miss some of these games I played, or these moments. I miss them, so it's something I'm gonna try and get back into. Hopefully. Actually, talking about streaming, you tried streaming the other day, but that went unfortunately badly, which was really disappointing. I think that would have been wonderful.
Oh, we're doing this, are we? Okay.
Oh, so no,
That's
did you
fine.
figure out what happened?
Yeah, my upload speed just
It just died. Okay.
existent.
Oh, fair. So I think that would have been really pog, just from both angles. But yeah, you're
fine.
streaming a bit more now recently, aren't you?
Yeah, trying to.
Yeah.
We've been doing some more geotastic. I think I should stream that 'cause it's not too intensive. It's
And
fun.
you get on the
I
front
think it's a
page of
great game to stream.
Geotastic.
Yeah, Geotastic devs do great work.
Yeah.
Basically, but I think every time, almost, well, not every time. No, I'm fairly certain actually. Every time we stream Geotastic, the devs been in, and they've always been really nice. And I think like it's one of those games that I think is a really good game for streaming because, like you say, it's not too intensive. It's quite sort of thingy. It's a good chat interaction, and so on. Like I think it's good, and they've got good support for the Twitch community on their actual site. I fucking love Geotastic. Just a side note, I fucking love that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good, definitely a good call out.
A funny thing that happened yesterday when we were playing Geotastic is, Alfie spotted someone on the front page and he was just like, Charlie, someone's stolen your logo. This was before I'd even launched the page.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, someone's stolen your logo. So I launched on the fucking page and this guy had a very similar logo to me. It's a basic design, my face with a background colour. So I went into his channel and he's a lovely guy. I was watching his stream for an hour. He was just casually playing Geotastic with his chat. And I just thought it'd be funny if I mentioned my friend said that our logos look like, and he found that the funniest thing ever, which just made me laugh.
Yeah, some scrub was trying to self promo on his channel.
I'm okay.
God.
Yeah, it was good, and we're really enjoying what the devs have done to that game. The dev site is done to that game. It is actually brilliant. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's really been any. Not that I know how you would, but there's not been any bad updates.
You say that. There's plenty of ways you can make bad updates. If he made it, you had to pay to play.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it's
some
true.
awkward silence.
No.
Are you
I
too in?
don't think there's much they could do that would make Geotastic bad. The only smaller, slightly annoying things are just updates that move UI elements around, and it's only annoying on my end because I'm just like, where's the button that I'm used to? It's gone. And I find it like 2 pixels to the left. I'm like, oh, never mind, I'm fine.
We'll just get a smaller screen.
That's not even getting
Stop
to
playing in 4K.
resolutions and stuff.
What?
After that DVD shit earlier.
Oh god. DVD is fucking broken. Let's just say. I haven't played that game for a while. I don't intend to play it. Again, it's not one of those games that, like, I enjoy it, but it's not a game it's like I really want to play. Sorry, give me a minute.
Nice. Yeah, you have one of those things where I feel like Charles had a period where he was like not playing DBD at all because it just wasn't for him, like Survivor or Killer. Then there was like a very small, maybe like week-long period where he actually was playing like Killer, like on his own, just like of his own accord. It was very odd to me.
Yeah, I know. I had a little thing, didn't I, back with
Yeah, you definitely had a longer period of playing it.
Do you want to say that again?
Did we mute it?
I mean, I can say that again if you want.
No. What my sister said. Do you want to say that again?
I said, give me money for my birthday present. She'd have gone.
Well,
what is going on? Welcome to this interjection of the
welcome to
podcast.
this is a new segment we're doing on the podcast. It's called Family Filler. It's a filler section in the middle of the podcast where families provide filler. I'll just say it, by the way. Cheers for the sub-sussing. It's good to see you around 70 months. Hell yeah, you're doing awesome. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Charles doesn't give a shit. He's actually anti-sub now. He personally practically hates you, sadly. But what could he do? I don't know. DBD is one of those games for me where, like, I don't enjoy Survivor single player at all. Right? Like, there's a lot of people that play solo Survivor, and I do not understand it. I have no idea why you'd want to go into a
No,
team-based
I'm.
asymmetric horror game in single player. If they added some communication features, like Scott Ginn proposed a while ago, a good YouTuber,
Nah,
good Twitch
nah,
streamer,
dude, just point.
like,
Point
oh
and
god, like
follow.
it'd be less an issue, but like it's odd to me that a lot of people do that. But like, Killer's fun, and
Glad
I
they're
think
looking
SWF
at
is
that.
fun.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. There we go. That was a nice little, I guess, guest segment. We're gonna call that on the podcast.
It's family filler, you know.
Yeah. That would mean something very different in Alabama.
Yeah, it would.
Oh yeah, geotesting's going well. Those custom maps, especially. You found some real good ones. Well, even just like the IKEA one was fun, but like, especially like, the wacky places, the
Yeah.
slightly more
One
unusual ones.
small annoying thing with the geotastic maps is there's honestly not enough of them, which is an incredibly stupid thing to demand for a game that does not have the like most large community in the planet. But
Yeah. I'm just trying to think what my favorite because there was one that we didn't do that I'm interested. Wasn't it like Japanese horror nightmare garden or whatever the hell it was, like something? I mean, we
God,
didn't
yeah,
do, but I also
maybe.
feel like
There's so many ones that I've looked
you'd
at and
have
not
the
mentioned.
advantage. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
probably.
what's the point. You'd be like, oh yeah, no, it's this bit of Japan because they're like wearing a tutu on a Wednesday, and that bloke's just come back from karaoke. Yeah. I wonder, like, trying to think. So what we've done British colonies, the current ones, which worked out very well for me.
Yeah,
If I do
you.
say
So I have to admit to the podcast, Delicious seems to have an
Mm.
incredible knowledge of current British colonies.
Woo!
Whereas I would say I have a more. The problem I have is that I could. I mean, I'm not gonna say I can name all of them, but like, I feel. I mean, to be fair, you could fucking take a random fucking guess, and you got still got a 70% chance of being a British colony at some point.
Yeah.
But you know, like I know the majority of historic British colonies fairly well. The problem is just that, like, I don't know which ones are still technically British colonies because there's some weird stuff with the current existence of the UK and then colonies or former colonies. With even you've got the Commonwealth, you've got the Commonwealth of Nations, you've got like British overseas territories, you've got independent countries that aren't in the Commonwealth, aren't in the Commonwealth of Nations, aren't British overseas territories, but recognise the Queen as head of state still. There are some weird discrepancies
Yeah,
out
like, I
there,
think
and it's
one of the
hard for me
things
to
was
like
in
note down.
Northern Ireland, so it's like whether you'd count those as. I try to think Northern Ireland and Scotland were ones of, I wouldn't say contention, but a little bit of confusion, maybe.
Yes. I'm going to be completely honest. I was lost until someone said British colonies.
Mm-hmm.
I do
Yeah.
apologise about that. Got distracted,
course.
but
Yes, family filler, as Alfie suggested.
yeah,
Very
she needed something done. She's going out now, so she needed it done now.
Oh.
So
And it required your loving help.
yes,
Oh.
because it's on an account that should be hers, but I own.
Oh, for God's
So-
sake. You really need to get us something sorted out.
Oh, it's under her name, but she doesn't know how to do it because she's lazy.
Oh,
So
God.
family. So yeah, I'll let you two carry on about British colonies and how they're amazingly shit.
And how good I am at knowing them. I
Yes.
think is
Oh,
the,
it was the random
Mm.
islands that really pissed me off.
Jersey. I got really good on that Jersey one.
You found a shop that said
Actually,
Jersey.
Yeah. I was within, what was it, like within 5 meters or
Then
something.
again, I saw a flag and thought it was the flag of, was it the Isle of Man, which was the Jersey flag. So,
And then ended up guessing Guernsey.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to be fair, is close. Like, as things go, geographically, they're very close.
Yeah, they're fairly close geographically. I
yeah,
can't
no,
deny
I
that.
genuinely was going to just put between them, but I, for some reason, was more confident in saying it was Guernsey. I don't know why, but it was just something I was confident with. It was like I was convinced it was the Isle of Man because I saw the flag. I was like, I know this flag, and then I started looking around. I was like, oh, all the shops are in France. Sorry, all the shops are in French.
All the shops are in France.
All the shops are in French.
Would
I was
be a
like,
bit of a
ha,
problem.
yeah. So I was like, okay, that can't be the Isle of Man. It must be either Guernsey or Jersey. And I was like, oh, the reason I went Guernsey, to be completely honest, because I wasn't 100% confident in myself to know if Jersey was a British-owned island or French-owned island. I wasn't 100%
Right,
sure.
yeah.
So I just went, I know for a
I
fact
can see-
Guernsey is, I'm going to go Guernsey.
Well,
Yeah, those two islands are kind of
I don't know why I
sort
didn't
of
in the back of my head go,
like
well, there's a
line.
show called Jersey Shore that's famous in the UK.
What? I'm not sure that's what you think it is.
Is it not? I assumed it was.
that's an interesting way of going about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Jersey Shore is based around that island. of
I'm
Jersey.
going to be honest, I didn't think it was, but then I was just like, maybe?
That does sound awesome though, based on like
Oh, it's the
the sort of the few premises I know of the show. I'd be awesome saying Jersey. I'm absolutely up for it being
Yeah,
set there.
I like the idea of taking any sort of generic like American reality TV show and moving it to a random British island.
Yeah,
That sounds fun.
that sounds like a brilliant idea that we need to do right this second.
It does. I mean, yeah, we're doing well. I mean, what haven't the Americans stolen from us? Like,
Well, they
they
recently
stole-
stole our recent show Ghosts, and that looks
yeah, they've
no
stolen
offense, but
fucking
shit.
Ghosts. Yeah, Ghosts, Robot Wars, fucking Top Gear.
Did they
who
steal
would
Robot
Wipeout
Wars, or did
first?
we
It was probably
steal?
us. Nope, they stole it.
Okay.
We're always first.
Okay.
Can't believe you question us like
I'm
that.
trying to think of, like, personally, I prefer the American Office, but I think that's a debate a lot
Dragon's
of people.
Den, and then they renamed it because you can't have dragons in America.
Wait, what's the American version?
Shark
Shark
Tank.
Tank.
Oh,
they're cool
yeah.
and sharks would eat you. I don't know what accent that was. It was a mix of many places.
That was fucking
It was,
beautiful.
look, it was. I'm ill, okay. I
Who
can't
would
accurately
Love
do an
Island
accent.
first? Like, there was that other island show, but I can't remember. Like,
Who
what
did
haven't
do
they-
Love
There's
Island
probably
first?
like
Christmas
I
Island.
don't know. There's probably like an American version of Trapped out there somewhere.
Oh,
That only ran for,
no.
like, one
That sounds
series.
amazing. Oh my god, could you fucking imagine?
That is.
Unfortunately, I can.
No, we're not. There's probably an American version of Raven.
Yeah.
Oh, the British one
I'm
was
genuinely
first.
trying to-
What?
Oh,
was
there
it?
you go. See,
Oh,
you
okay.
knew it.
Yeah. To be fair, like I wouldn't have been able to tell if the British one was first. Like,
Oh,
Do you think
Well,
there's an
no.
American? Do you think
No,
there's
actually-
Oh, sorry, Karen.
okay, I'm gonna technically say this is a bit of a complicated the Love Island history section of the podcast.
Oh God.
So
yeah,
Love Island,
Love Island.
right, is the UK 2015 TV series, is classified as the originator of the Love Island franchise, of which there's hundreds of things, right? But technically, like, apparently there was a thing called Celebrity Love Island in 2005, which I've never heard of, which was
You'd
the
have to-
technical original Love Island.
Okay, I have a question then, just purely based on that.
Yeah.
Why the hell was the celebrity variant first? Like,
And why was it
who
a 10-year
starts the
gap?
show with a celebrity? Like,
Yeah,
who?
yeah.
If you say like Celebrity Big Brother or like,
Yeah.
what? I'm trying to think of other celebrity shows now, but any like
Celebrity,
game show, but they're like celebrity.
Never
edition.
mind, that's just a celebrity version of the show anyway. I was going to say, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Did they ever do a normal one of that? like with just random people.
With what? Sorry.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I think I don't watch these sort of shows, so maybe.
Nor do
but
I.
not off the top of my head. No, yeah, like for context, the original series 1 of this 2005 series, right, was called Celebrity Love Island. Series 2 was called Love Island, right, and then it was cancelled in 2006 because it had bad ratings, and then obviously they rebrought it back in 2015, which to be fair depresses me to now think that Love Island is 2015 and not like 2018 because God, it does not feel like Love Island has been happening that long. But yeah,
No,
I don't know
the
why
celebrity
you would
things
start.
really throw me. Yeah.
Like yeah, also I'm gonna just like, to be clear, the definition of celebrity here is interesting because it's not the sort of way you do celebrity for some game shows, right?
Right.
Where it would be, I guess like relevant celebrity for lack of a better term, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like many of these people are just like they're a model,
Yeah.
right? It's like okay, fair
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
Like a couple of them are actresses or whatever. Like yeah, fair enough.
Show-offs.
You know, call it that. And then there's a couple things that are like, oh, this is an Olympic sprinter. This is a former Hollyoaks actor, former EastEnders actor, television and radio presenter, nightclub manager and bodyguard.
What?
Like yeah, like this person, like, one of the winners of Series 1, Fran Cosgrave, right, is an Irish
Congrats.
nightclub manager and was a former bodyguard for Westlife, the band. And it's like, what is that? Just like, how much he's
Do
a
you
celebrity?
think-
Like,
Yeah.
Do you think they emailed Westlife, but this person had like a grudge on them and still had access to the emails? They were like, yeah, I'll come on.
oh
Oh god.
good
well,
God.
congrats, Fran. You're named after a breakfast. Congrats. That's we're all proud of you here.
His
from the
name's
Tactical TV
like
Clip.
whenever anyone brings the name up Fran, I just think of Fran Healy,
Who?
lead singer of
it's,
Travis.
Oh,
Person called Fran who wears those shoes with wheels in.
I see. I was gonna make the joke. Do you think there's the American version of the Slammer? And then realised, yes, there is. It's called Beyond Scared Straight,
What?
which is just a
What?
stupid joke.
Okay, I was gonna. Okay, right.
But to be fair, I'm pretty certain the American version of the
Slammer.
Slammer is just America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that
Like-
show though. The Slammer was a pog show.
I mean, the Slammer's one of those shows that it's so quintessentially British. It wouldn't work anywhere else. Like,
No, that's true.
no, like kids growing up could understand. Like, obviously, I mean, if it would work, the rest of you adapted it, obviously. But like, it's such a fucking great.
Yeah.
Like the UK has some absolutely great, like, stupid, generally aimed at
Oh
kids
my
TV
God,
shows in that sort of
guys.
field.
Do you remember the was it the Evil League or whatever it was called?
The League of Super Evil?
That was it. I fucking loved that show.
Did you just say legal, by the way?
Yeah.
A great YouTuber.
What? Okay. I'm going to say a series here. And I want you
Right.
to I would not have expected the Americans to have a version of this. And I don't know how related it is. Miranda.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't there a US Miranda series?
Yeah.
They
I was
I
going to say
mean-
I thought Miranda was US.
What?
okay, what? Anyway, the
Well, I think of a
American
different
version
show.
is called Call Me Cat.
Huh.
I don't know. That's just not.
Oh.
It had one season.
Yes, because I'm
Yeah.
thinking of a different show. That's why.
Let's have a look.
I never
Oh
really
wait,
watched
no,
this. So...
it didn't just have one. Sorry, it didn't have one season because it was a failure. It had one season because it released earlier this year.
Oh.
They're only now getting around to Miranda.
Well, they're
Oh
doing
my
it. Aren't they?
God.
I don't know if it's out yet or not, but aren't they doing a American version of Gavin and Stacey?
Why are they
Oh,
doing
no.
an American version of Dick and Dom in the Bungalow? Because that's the real question.
Yeah.
Gavin and Stacey, us and them, yeah. There.
What would the American version of Dick and Dom in the Bungalow be called? What names would it be instead of Dick and Dom?
Why?
who's
Wait.
famous-
Why is the Gavin and
famous
Stacey in the States
American
called Us
duo?
and Them?
I don't know. I found the Wikipedia list for list of American television series based on British
So
television
you
series.
know how I was trying to think of like an equivalent for Dick and Dom. I
Yeah.
googled famous American duo, and to be fair, it's brought up like just famous like duos from existing TV, like Will Smith
Penn
and
and
Carlton
Teller
Banks
Americans?
and so
I was
on.
gonna say, yeah,
Right.
it's just Penn and Taylor just doing stupid shit in public.
my favorite thing is fucking Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Thanks,
god,
Google.
yeah.
That's exactly who I
No.
wanted in the bungalow.
I mean, it could be. It could be like the version because we had the hyenas who had their own show. I
Yes.
can't remember what they were called.
Oh no, that rings a bell.
Yeah. God, I'm interested to see like what they've taken and what they've. Oh, of course, Little Britain. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
mean-
Yes.
One of my favorite funny things. This is going back to the Miranda situation, by the way. But I have a family member who is a big fan of the person, Miranda Hart herself, but like the TV show as well. And she had one of her books. And I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to read that. And she was like, oh, I could lend it to you, but it discusses some adult stuff. And I was like, well, I mean, you could just lend it to me. Like,
Yeah.
and they seem to have a real problem with the context of that, which I thought was ironic when they are literally speaking to someone that is already, a fan of the show. And like, it's just dumb. I don't know. It's dumb.
So
There's a lot of
apparently-
stupid things like that with, not censorship, but people deciding
Yeah.
age appropriateness. It's like, ugh.
That was going to be a Red Dwarf USA.
Oh, thank
But,
fuck they didn't.
Yeah, I think it failed from what I can say. I think that was like a pilot episode, and that was about it.
Yep,
Maybe not even that.
that
Well,
would have
that's
been.
Fucking awful.
Yeah.
Red Dwarf USA,
Oh
also
my
referred to as
God.
Dwarfing USA, was a project undertaken in 1992.
Oh,
Oh,
that
dear.
early? Oh, that
Well,
would have
yeah,
been.
quite a lot of the time, especially like these earlier ones that they like tried to steal. They did quite early, which is why it was such a surprise to me that the Miranda one was like, there was a American Weakest Link. Oh my god,
I
love
really
that.
want to know if it was
Well,
called
this
the
is
Weakest
becoming
Link.
very British.
this is.
Like,
I-
come on.
Wait, hang on, please. Oh my god, I think the Weakest Link is still going in America. It is. It was revived last year. For some reason, I have no clue why, but they revived it last year in America and have started doing it again.
That
Oh.
is.
Wait. Hang on. Am I? I
So-
thought the British one was. Oh no, right. This redirected to like all of them rather than the UK one.
Do you think there's
That's
an
why it says
American
still going
Chuckle
on.
Vision?
So this is just
Huh?
an odd thing to bring up, right?
Yeah.
But with this, no, I'm just reading the Wikipedia thing for this. It's fucking hilarious. For this Red Dwarf
Yeah.
USA pilot, there's technically two. They made a first
Oh,
pilot,
right.
it failed, and then they tried
I think I
again, and it
misunderstood
failed.
that. Right. Oh god.
Right? But what's interesting to me, in the first pilot, they went, we're going to have all the exact same characters. So it's literally Red Dwarf, like, as it is to us, but exactly, but completely different actors. Apart from Crichton, we'll just get Bobby in again. Which is like, what? Like, why would you bother replacing all the actors to then not, like, just such a weird, like, decision to make casting-wise.
Yeah,
Like-
that's.
I don't know. The second one was, like, entirely different from what I understand.
Okay, I think it's only fair, as much as I hate to say it, that we give the Americans some credit for the series that they did first, that we then stole or remade, which includes The Apprentice, of course. That was the well, I think we're all aware at this point of who
You're
did the American
fired.
one.
Basically, I've established that if you star as the boss, I don't know what the fuck they call it on The Apprentice.
Yeah.
You are just like one of the shittest people on the planet because both of those
I think-
people suck.
Yeah, have to be. Let's have a look. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Of course, became Are You Smarter Than a 10-year-old? Which I was never sure which of those was first, to be fair. So that's good to know. Blockbusters, that's a good show. I've got to give them that. there's quite a few like of those sort of game shows. So Family Feud, that sort of thing, as well as on here. I'm trying to see if there's anything that I recognize that I watched. Like there's Wipeout. Apparently that was American first. That's a shame.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know it's still going on. It went on a lot longer than it did here in the States. Like I loved the Wipeout, especially when it was hosted by Richard Hammond.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, like,
That's because I can't remember who hosted it after, to be completely honest.
yeah. Sorry, I'm not even gonna get into what I've just discovered googling that. Oh god. So like, I was just thinking, I was about to just say like things with like Wipeout and that. Like, I just don't think shows like that exist anymore. And I was about to like question whether that's because I just don't watch TV anymore, really, or if it is the case that like that you know didn't this way. All I know is just that there's currently a Wipeout show in America being hosted by John Cena, which is what I've discovered. And
Yes,
that's just,
Oh,
I have
my
seen
just-
clips of
what?
that actually. Yes.
Why haven't you
just sounds
told me?
fucking amazing. Um,
I am. Oh
but it's
my.
also revealed that Are You Smarter Than a 10-year-old, right? Just
Yeah.
bringing up because you brought up Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, which I've only now just realized because I haven't thought about that show since maybe when I was literally 7 and watching Are You
When you
Smarter
were
Than
a
a
fifth
10-year-old,
grader.
right?
Oh, okay.
Of the-
Well, were you? Were you
I hadn't
smarter?
clocked that that's like the same age, and for some reason I thought the American one was always easier because like they're 5 years old, is younger than 7, 10, fuck. And it's like, but
I see you're
no.
not smarter than a
Well,
10-year-old.
how old are you when you're 5th grade? You are 7, right?
I
10,
don't know.
fuck.
Um,
Yeah, I keep getting 2007 and 10 mixed up. Yeah.
Right,
But also, I
okay.
discovered that Are You Smarter Than 10-year-old was hosted by Dick and Dom at some point. Does anyone remember
don't
this?
remember
No.
that. What?
Right? It was hosted for 2007 to 2009 by Dick and Dom. I only remember Noel Edmonds.
It's weird. I'm trying to figure out. I get the feel I couldn't have remembered. Like, I don't think I would have remembered.
Also, fuck Noel Edmonds, just to point out, another
Yeah.
famous British person that's a shithead.
So I just
We have
found
a few
out
of them.
something which I'm a little bit. I don't know how I feel.
Right.
But I was just thinking, oh, do you think they made an American version of the Horrible Histories?
Yeah, I think I tried having a look. I couldn't see anything.
Apparently there was.
Right.
But I think it was
Somehow I
one
missed-
episode.
Right. Go on.
Because like it's on Ideas Wiki, which is
It airs on Disney Plus.
yeah, it airs on Disney Plus. It's like okay, I'm just looking through this. I can't tell if there's
Oh yeah.
more than
I
one, but I think it is just the one. I can't find a fucking episodes bit.
I tried to find
Oh,
Horrible
there's 4
Histories
episodes.
on Disney Plus, like, and I
Sorry.
typed Disney Plus horrible, and it was like Disney horrible company, Disney horrible bad was like the suggested Google searches. I was like, that's fucking amazing.
So yeah, there's 4 episodes.
Okay.
I can't
so
even find this.
It says on the wiki as well, like theme song in brackets, same as the British version. It is very different
Yeah,
to the British version.
I was
I think the
gonna
tune's meant to
say.
be the same, but
I was
Okay,
just.
so
That's just.
Can I just say, right,
Mm,
is that
good old Rattus.
with regards to Horrible Histories, which I have to absolutely say is one of the best
British
comedy
comedies.
series like on TV, like I mean, obviously aimed at kids in general, but like even separately, it's just that fucking good.
It's
Right.
awesome, yeah.
Like it's so fucking good, and like genuinely educational and entertaining and funny and just fucking great. And
Yeah.
like every single actor that has been involved with Horrible Histories, Ghosts Now, like and shit, just they're all fucking just gems of the UK.
Yeah.
Like they really are.
Yeah.
And I'm proud. I'm happy to see what they're doing, especially with Ghosts. Questionable
should
with what
be,
they
like,
did with the Book of Bill or
90
whatever it was
episodes.
called.
Yeah.
Um,
Bill was certainly a film.
Bill. Yeah, Bill was a fucking. It's yeah. something. I'm really interested if they did more, to be honest, and more films. That is.
I think
Uh,
like one thing I always love with the actors from Horrible Histories is when when I find them in like a different show where like the character they're playing is just so not what I always think of them and associate them with. Like Jim Howick, he plays a convicted rapist in Broadchurch, and it's such a weird thing for him to be acting in because I know him as just this like fucking funny guy, and he's just sat there and he's literally playing like an awful person, and it's such a weird like context to see him acting. And like he's a good actor, it's just odd,
yeah,
you know?
and he's also. Yeah, wait. Is that the clip? I think it's the clip I saw. Yeah, he just plays as a completely different character. They are good actors.
I
What can
can't
you
tell you if
say?
it's the clip you saw. I didn't see you see it, so.
Yeah, I know it's a shame. I'm just trying to confirm something, so give me a minute. But like I ruined someone's look on a film because I said there's a certain someone in it, but I can't get you confirmation. Why can't I get you confirmation?
I don't know. The tension's building.
So obviously we've got the new Kingsman 3 coming out sometime later this year. Wait, when does it come out? Oh yeah, later this year. And I am convinced that I can't get you confirmation on the actors, but I am convinced that the person that plays fuck, I can't remember his name now. He's the Russian. Shit.
Rasputin?
Yes, I'm convinced that the person who plays Rasputin is one of the actors from Horrible Histories, and that's completely ruined someone's take on it.
Reese Mans? That's just
Rasputin. Oh no, it's never mind. It's someone else. Wow, he looks a lot like him in the film then.
I'm trying to say I've only seen the trailer.
Yeah, we watched the trailer. The thing is, I said it to this person, and he said, "Oh my god, it is." That's ruined the film for me. It turns out it's a completely different person, but I was convinced for a long time that was someone from.
So you ruined it for no good reason
Yeah.
as well, is what I'm.
It looks like a great film. Then again, Kingsman is a great film. In my opinion, they're well-made films, interesting films. So, damn it, that would have been nice to know if he was in that, because it would have been he was in a bigger film. Fam. Wait, is Horrible History still going? No. Oh, I was worried then that they had a different fucking cast.
I mean, they did for a bit. They made a film.
It's true.
They had it was with Boudica and Roman soldiers. I can't remember much beyond that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. No, everybody's loving Ghosts recently. Apparently the new season's really good.
Yeah, I think I'm fully up to date with Ghosts, actually.
Everybody's interested in seeing what the General's death was, because apparently that hasn't been revealed yet.
I suppose not.
Because I think everybody's I think most of them are obvious, because everybody has their wound on them, or how they died on them. Apart from what I'm aware, 3 characters. Because one of them was shot, which is the old Victorian guy. One of them obviously had an arrow through his neck, which is still one of my favourite clips in the series. One had his head lopped off. Not the Prime Minister, but one of the.
By the way.
How did I don't think you know how the one with his trousers off died. I'm assuming on the toilet. Okay. I don't think anybody knows how the General died. I think that's the come up. People are like teasing it, apparently. So, I don't know. I might actually catch up on it. I watched a couple episodes of the first season, but like any TV show, I kind of just stopped watching it because I got other things I need to do.
You know what? I've just realised.
No?
Did you see what happened with Blue's Clues recently?
No.
He actually has a blue jumper?
No.
Okay.
So Blue's Clues, obviously, like the American children's show from the later 90s. And it's not something that we ever had in the UK that I know of, maybe. But like, it definitely wasn't a big thing here. I can definitely say that, right? But like the actor or whatever, like the guy from Blue's Clues, like came back on like Twitter and like said that he like remembers everyone that wrote into him and stuff, and everyone was like gushing
Oh,
over it on
that's-
Twitter and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like I was trying to think like I know like very little about Blue's Clues, right? Like I could not even really describe to you like what the show was other than like it had a human and it had the dog and they did stuff. I don't know if it was like educational
You remember
or just
how
comedy or
when
just
we were
like
younger
general.
we
Like I
used
don't
to
know what it was. I really have absolutely no idea. So I was trying to think like what was the UK equivalent of Blue's Clues, and for some reason my like I was trying to think like because everyone seems to idolize this guy and like have really good memories of him being like on the show and so on, right? And was like really happy to see him like come back now and be like, yeah, I remember you when you wrote to me when you were 6 or whatever. Like I'm trying to think who that would be for me, and like honestly the closest person I think I have any concept of like any like I don't think I ever wrote like I don't even remember if people did write, but like the only person I ever like held to that way would be like fucking Neil Buchanan from Art Attack.
Oh,
Like he was
fucking
like someone that I was just like, yeah, you're fucking cool. I like
metal
you.
legend he is.
I mean, Neil Buchanan's cool.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
100%. It's sad who they've replaced
I
him with.
wonder if there's an American Art Attack.
Oh, I know. I'm
It's a good
more
question,
interested.
actually.
Is there an American version of Smart?
Yeah.
I preferred Smart. Art Attack was legendary, but I preferred Smart as a show
Yeah. Of course.
because it
you
just
do.
had a few more
The
other
clay
things in it.
figures is all they had going for them.
Oh, and
I'm
the
with Phil
host.
on this.
The rest of the show was dull and boring, as was Blue Peter.
Dare you.
I
Blue
mean-
Peter
I mean,
was boring as shit.
This is an odd thing to like to bring up whatever, but how are we all on the opinion of the rumors that Buchanan is Banksy? Because that's
I
been,
love
like,
that
been rumors
rumour.
for a long time, and he's repeatedly denied it now. But I honestly like fully could believe it. It would fit him so perfectly as like a character. You know, I genuinely like. I think it's one of the more credible beliefs as to who Banksy is. You know.
I
I
also like the theory that Banksy's fucking one of the members of Blur and the Gorillaz.
It was not an American Bamzuki.
Damn it! My friend tweeted out that he was
Bamzuki.
watching that the other day. I fucking loved that show. It was my favorite.
literally just amazing and incredible. Angry soft weather, just you could just get
Yeah,
and just use.
God.
Oh,
never get
God.
those days anymore because it would be broken in beta.
I'm literally on a Wikipedia for like TV shows from this area, and I'm just looking at them and like losing my mind in memory.
can you imagine if on Bamzuki though, like they did glitch it out in like the editor or something, and then gave it like a normal thumbnail, so they got it on the show, and then it just took up like the entire table and instantly won or something. Oh god, that's such a good fucking show, dude.
Like honestly, how's Little Cook doing these days? You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope he's grown a bit.
what
Do
a weird TV show.
Do you,
Just
Yeah, I'll give you
God,
that.
our
Good
fucking
songs.
our fucking children is like shit was just fucking insane.
do you think there was
I
an
honestly
American
think.
show of Big Cook, Little Cook?
There's no way.
I don't
Like-
think so. God, I'd want to see if there is.
I think it all stems from that difference in humor that you commonly get between the UK and America. Like, I think a lot of these shows, like even for kids, are entertaining, because of like the logic of it, right? Like, you know,
This is actually phenomenal. I'm not kidding
Oh,
you,
no.
but there's a fucking page of quotes on IMDb. It's just for Steve Marsh and the Big Cook. Little Cook, do you remember the ingredients for fishy on the dishy? Big Cook, yes, you do. What a quote.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god! I just got reminded of Escape from Scorpion Island.
Yes, I was going to mention
my
that
God,
earlier,
yeah.
but I didn't know if anybody else knew about it.
God, I've not thought about this in a long time, but yes.
So, I don't know if anybody gives a shit, but apparently fucking Steve Marsh, who was Big Cook, is currently still on Emmerdale.
Cool.
I'm glad he's still working.
Oh my god, no. No, 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 no. Why have I just been reminded of Ed and Alcho's excellent inventions?
Ah,
That was-
yes.
Oh my
Oh,
god, my childhood. This is awful. What is this fucking
it's all coming
podcast?
back.
Like, like was that a thing in America? Like the fucking puppet like era of kids TV, was that like a big thing? Is that still a thing? Like, what is there currently one on the CBBC? Like, I don't remember. I don't know. I'm gonna go to CBBC right now.
Okay, hang on. I'm not convinced there.
Oh, I can only be viewed from in the UK. I've been banned for using a VPN.
Do you
never mind.
think Oh my
Press-
god, this is holy shit.
Yeah.
I just need to you remember our boy Big Ben? Big Cook Ben?
Yeah, Big Ben. Yeah, he's in London.
Yeah.
This is what he looks like now.
Feel old yet? I may
Terrifying.
have-
Glad he's still working. Fucking
channels.
beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
no.
it. That's what he looks like in Emmerdale.
well, there you go.
I mean,
What's
Grizzly
Lil
Tales
Cook up
for
to?
Gruesome Kids was another.
That was a brilliant
Yeah,
show.
that
That
was
kind of
stellar
freaks me
show.
out.
God.
I mean, like, I'm glad I grew up with that as a show in comparison to like I'm trying to think of equivalent animation for America. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know American TV.
Hmm.
I don't really.
Either,
Oh my god, Harry and his bucket full of
Fucking
dinosaurs.
Weberdate.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's an American, not American, a Canadian show apparently. Canadian UK, but I didn't realize that at the time.
Oh
Like, when
my
I was like
god.
When
so.
what weren't we looking up a show before and it was Canadian? Maybe a lot of these are just like Canadian produced for whatever reason.
Oh my
Guess that's-
god, I have just had a flashback to fucking Harry Hill's shark-infested custard.
Hmm.
Oh my god, I need to get off this Wikipedia page. I've not thought about these shows in years because this
Yeah.
show didn't even run for more than like 1 year. I just remember it now. Like, oh my fucking god.
That is fucking
There were
beautiful.
so many good ones. Films, shows.
I mean,
Hmm.
Oh, I was
Just
thinking of a
fucking-
British show that I can't remember now. But like, yeah, that was like,
Right.
oh fuck, I can't remember now. It's gonna piss me off.
Any description?
No, it came up when I was looking up Little Cook, Big Cook, but I
Little
can't.
Britain,
Yeah,
yeah.
Little Britain. Yeah, that's a. I didn't realize how many books the man wrote. What?
My god.
real question though, was MI High good or was MI High bad?
I loved MI High. You don't ever talk
I
shit
quite
about
like
MI High.
MI High.
That was a brilliant show. What do you mean? God, I
It was
missed
alright.
that.
Oh. Yeah, I'm trying. Like, to be fair, the thing is, like, a lot of these things even just changed a lot at the time. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure I went through phases with like Tracy Beaker because my sisters were always watching it, and because of that,
That's never
I
a
guess
good
I
thing.
kind of like I pretty much hated it because of that. And then I was like, oh, this is decent. And then I was like, oh, there are quite a few, but some good episodes, sort of thing. Oh, this is the same thing as last time.
Literally, the three shows I remember watching heavily when I was younger were MI High. Like, the main shows that I can remember on top of my head is MI High, Tracy Beaker, and the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Hell yeah.
Which
I mean, the thing is, I watched so many shows, which is the problem. I think
Yeah.
like we all did.
Yeah.
we all
Like,
watched.
I've
It's just
Oh,
TV. That's how kids' TV is.
I've just remembered Bernard's Watch.
Oh,
Because-
yes.
Like, it's not something I've had to think about since like
That's an
I
old
fucking know
one, isn't
a
it?
long time.
Those, Butterfingers. I don't know why I group all of those ones together in my mind, but I do.
Butterfingers. I vaguely remember that, but I remember Salad Fingers. God, that was great.
It wasn't aired on TV, but yeah, it was good.
I mean, did Americans have an equivalent to like
Butterfingers? No salad fingers?
Like-
Shit.
99% of like any British TV? I was trying to think.
Shaun
Do
the
you know what?
Sheep. Oh, that was banter.
I've just realised. Shaun the Sheep was banter. What a fucking British sentence. Is that? Do you know what I've just realised? Right? If I like, my parents are aliens, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Brilliant show.
my parents are aliens, right? That show, I think you would would you have defined it as American or British?
Ooh.
British.
It was it was like that show you were telling me about yesterday, and that it's British, but or it's like a British show but American set, if that makes.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. It felt very much like the way it was
That's a
shot and the
British
set was. It was very, in my opinion, British. And I'm trying to think of shows that I can put it on, but I can't think of any. Like, no, it's like, give me a minute. Oh fuck! There's a comedian that I can't put. I'm gonna really.
But yeah, for
carry
me,
on, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
for me, I'd always seen it as like an American show because it was hard to watch because I can't remember what channel it would have been on at the time, but it wasn't on a
CITV.
channel that like we necessarily always had access to because I remember it being annoying. And then also just like the general like style of it being more, I guess, sitcom-y was like something I would typically consider like more American, right? Like it's just is it just a general thing? But no, it's from Yorkshire because of course it is. Like what? That's blown my fucking mind. Like I fully thought it would have been like a like UK US thing because like it absolutely has UK influence. Don't get me wrong, but like that's what that's why I would have gone for it, right? Is that like it was a mix.
I fucking miss. I say
Yeah,
I miss. It's
know,
still on the UK. It's still on TV. It's like I fucking loved watching Only Fools and Horses, and I wish I watched it back in the day, but I love the IT Crowd. I love that comedy, and the Vicar of Dibley. Oh, the Vicar of Dibley was a fucking great show.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm questioning to myself about like, every day you learn more and more about yourself. No matter what happens,
Sure.
That's how life goes. I'm questioning how it took me this long to realize I'm non-binary when I watched Sorry I've Got No Head as a kid. I mean, come on, bro. How did that shit not fuck me up with the concept of cross-dressing and be like, oh yeah. I think that's probably my mum's favorite TV show, by the way. Sorry I've Got No Head.
I can't remember that one. Let me look at that. I recognise the name.
If you
but...
can't remember
How?
it, you need to like literally one of the most best TV shows ever made.
Hey, so okay, we're putting Game of Thrones on hold, Alfie. I'm
Ah,
sorry.
yes.
I'm fine with this.
No, I do
Yeah.
remember this.
Oh yeah, sure. Suddenly, yeah.
No,
Damn.
what's her name? Fuck. No, I do. Yes. Have you seen these come up on TikTok recently? Like, it's just been random old shit. Like, one of the things I was going to compare My Parents Are Aliens to... I was going to say it's British because it had that very distinct British look of TV sitcoms where it was of like 2D houses in a world in the best way. If you ever watched My Family, it was always like, it was the same camera angle for the living room, same camera angle for the kitchen, same camera angle for any bedroom or bathroom. And that was very much how they did My Parents Are Aliens. But then, yeah.
Do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I explicitly remember My Parents Are Aliens being a lot more American in style in general.
Yeah.
It was set in a more American house. In that, yeah, obviously the house is meant to be weird as shit for the purpose of the show, but like any house that isn't like a small house is not British because people in Britain, you have to be like at least a millionaire to afford anything like that. Like houses like they don't work like that down here. Like we don't have the space that they do in a lot of parts of America. It's like inner city in America, right? We're a little bit short on space, bro. But like it just felt so American to me growing up.
Do you remember
I'm gonna put
Megan
an image in
Mogg?
chat just to blow your mind. Yes,
Yeah,
I remember
absolutely,
Megan
I do.
Mogg.
Oh god, yeah, these are just so many shows that I've just completely forgotten about.
What
It's
was
like
the one I was gonna? What was that one on? Oh, Thingy and Corky. It was on Channel 5 at like, or was Milkshake its own channel or its segment on 5? I can't
I thought it
remember
was its
now.
segment.
Segment,
I
I
thought,
think.
yeah. The fuck was that show? Thingy and Corky. It wasn't Bill and Corky, was it? Bill was a very popular name for kids' TV shows.
Yeah, it was a segment.
Bill and Corky, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yes, I
hell
remember
yeah.
this. The bottle top Bill and his best friend Corky. That's it.
Yeah, that was it. I was trying to think of I thought there were more syllables in
Oh
that
my
like opening
god.
song.
Yes, I do remember that. That was a brilliant show.
Oh, good lord.
Now you just reminded me of the whole segment of Milkshake. Yeah, Jesus.
I'm trying to think if I remember anything else from Milkshake. I don't think
Like,
so.
I look at images like this, and I am astounded that I managed to not make this sort of mess as a child.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
then
how
again,
did I
that's
not
just
watch that and immediately want to do that?
Dick and Dom in a no-show, isn't it? That's fucking
You
brilliant.
know, I don't know. I don't think I watched much Dick and Dom actually. Like, I especially.
I
Yeah,
remember a
I
lot
know.
of the
I'm gonna say
bogey
if
fucking challenges.
yeah, that I remember. But like, if the bungalow was on, I don't think I swapped over
If
to
the
it.
bungalow was on. Sorry, it's such a stupid way of wording it, but I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. For me,
Hmm.
like what it was is that for whatever reason, when I got it for school, Dick and Dom in the Bungalow was on, and I'd watch one episode before school, and it was like that every day for a few years. So I watched a lot of Dick and Dom in the Bungalow, and like I just I don't know, like there's so much fucking shit went on in that show, like creamy muck
Yeah.
and shit, just
Oh my
fucking
god.
god, like it's so fucking weird. It really fucking was.
There was a
Yeah.
there was
Just fuck
unfortunately
knows.
there was an unfortunate part where after one holiday I got addicted to Disney XD and so just watched Disney XT. So I'll just like constantly be watching this stuff like Phineas and Ferb, Zack and Cody, um,
Of course.
and all of the shows
Rich
on there,
people show.
which I loved all of them. There was a really good selection on there, but like I just much preferred them, and that's probably why I came like A Pair of Kings was one of my favourites that nobody else really watched, and then Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls, I think, is an absolutely outstanding show. But yeah, that was I just specifically remember going on holiday once to Centre Parks with my family, and that was what was on TV one night. It was just that was the channel it was on.
Centre Parks as well, believe now.
Yeah, and that's what I remember watching. And then we got home and I was like, oh, is this on our TV? And we had Sky at the time. And I was like, yes. So I just watched it. I'm in a band. That's it. I'm in the band. It was a fucking brilliant show. I loved that. That's probably
I
what got
never
me into
got
music.
into like a significant portion of American animations because I didn't have access to them. My entire experience to Gravity Falls to this day was Tumblr when I was on Tumblr at the time it was airing. Because I've not once in my life had access to a Disney Channel on a TV or like anything. So like I've never been able to watch any of that shit. Like never had Nickelodeon or any shit like that. Like like I don't know, it's just not a thing that we had. So like it's like I like I've heard very good things about them, but it's just never something I was ever exposed to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like I think
Yeah,
that's a shame on one
absolutely.
hand, but also like not on a lot of others because it meant I got to watch Dick and Dom in the Bungalow every morning, and that just fucked me up. And now I
Right.
know that it's not
Brilliant.
acceptable to make
I
jokes about
remember
erections
them.
on kids' TV at 6:05 in the morning.
I remember the little cupboard with that was Diddy Dick and Dom. That's what they
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god.
What was the show with Oh fuck.
Fucking god.
There was a show. It was always a morning show. I don't know if it was it was a morning show with someone behind a desk, and they always had a puppet to their left. Oh fuck, I can't remember now. I saw a clip of them and they made a Hitler joke in it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how can you make a joke like that on a kid show? A
There was
morning
the
kid
Hitler
show.
joke on CBBC, like between shows, because I think
Maybe it's
Yeah,
it was
that.
Ed an outro presenting, an outro presented like Ed as looking like Hitler or
Yes,
something.
yes, that's it. Yes, I saw that clip. I was just like, how did they get away with that? It's like, did the puppet just
Oh, they got in a
did
bit.
did the guy controlling the puppet do that without saying anything and just see if he could get away with it?
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh god, I've not seen this. I'm watching a clip now.
It's fucking
Oh,
brilliant.
okay.
It's just-
Yeah, this is absolutely something. If you're watching now, I recommend you all go see.
yeah.
This is something I've just realised, and it's
Mhm.
just hit me. That thing, that very British kids' TV thing of the segments between shows
Yeah.
that were like actual, or effectively also just scripted segments, right? I've only just realised that's not in a thing so many people on the planet have experienced, because if you're in America, you've got adverts because it's not a national state-funded TV series, so you don't have a
Yeah.
period in between shows with no adverts. Well, they can do that because they would have to advertise, and it's just blown my fucking mind that wasn't a thing in America,
It's like
apart from maybe on PBS. But I don't know.
another one I remember, but this is like a lot younger on CBeebies when they used to have that segment. And you know, they did that bit where parents would give in like these big posters they would make for their children's birthdays, and they would give in and they would show off like 5 of them an episode or like 5 of them a day. And I managed to get on one of them, which is, you know, wonderful. But yeah, no, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, nobody really would have, because it's a BBC show. There's no adverts. And that never
Extended.
really
Oh,
never really
so-
hit me. No, that's probably why they did that. Fucking forgot about Ed and outro.
Yeah, I'm just like, that was such a huge part of TV for me. Like that in between, like because it
Better than
just
some of
was
the
a fucking.
shows.
Oh yeah, it tied the shows in though, because in between the shows they would like make jokes and references to the
Yeah.
other shows, and it made you want to watch them because then like it was such a good idea for a TV. Like holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm just that fucking clip is insane. By the way, I'm so impressed I don't remember that, but what a fucking crazy
Just
clip.
how did he get away with that? I need to know. Was there any like how many complaints did they get in on that?
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
I'm already looking at the Ofcom publication on it. So
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't. Oh, that is
Oh,
just fucking brilliant.
Wish I learned about Hitler like that instead of like through school.
So Ofcom's response. So someone put in a Freedom of Information Act request to Ofcom looking for complaints in relation to Ed and
Okay.
Oucho. They checked their databases, which range from 2014 to present. Any complaints prior to 2014 are not included. They do not hold any information about complaints relating to the BBC Ed and Oucho show. So
Aw.
they don't have any complaints about it, but very likely because it was before 2014.
Yeah.
Still though,
It's
that's
like
fucking.
thanks to the epic
brilliant.
response there, Ofcom. But
Yeah. Partial answer.
That was a brilliant segment. Like all of them were. They that really it just tied in the shows and just made it such a wonderful evening. That's right, a wonderful morning for the kids before they went to school. And it was also there was talking points.
Yeah.
You know, something stupid like
Charles
that.
watching in the evening, you all heard it.
Oh, no, I specifically remember when I got
of
my
those kids.
PlayStation. I've never watched TV after really. Like it was just films and PlayStation.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Like I
whether it's in a-
specifically remember my sister watching CBeebies and all that, like all the way into like secondary school, and that's where I would get a lot of my like I would just watch TV with her before school, sort of thing. But I don't remember too much after. As mentioned, the latest thing I can remember is that Disney XD. I used to watch that more than anything after. And then it was just then I got into watching TV shows with my parents, and that was about it.
Yeah, I think for me, like I'm trying not to say this in a way that sounds like there's something wrong with it, but like I'm very glad I didn't just get addicted to gaming or like just play video games after I got games consoles, because
Damn.
and I think it was a very it's like quintessential thing is that a lot of the people I know that like had a big period of gaming on console where they were like heavily focused on that more than they were, say, into TV shows, right? Commonly people that were playing games like Call of Duty and Battlefield and stuff played in like the Xbox to 360 PS3-ish era, right? Like that was the point where they were like
Right.
properly sat down and like into playing video games regularly. And I didn't touch those consoles really. Like the only game I really played on Xbox 360, I think was Red Dead Redemption, right? And like my entire experience gaming was as a child was very much like a me and my dad thing, you know, like PS1, PS2. We'd always be playing Crash Bandicoot through together, playing Spyro together, um, doing like Red Dead Redemption together. We played through and we'd like play for a bit and then swap and do it and then like we'd fucking it was great. Like the entire Red Dead Redemption storyline, like I played through with my dad and stuff. Good times. But like
Aw.
that was like the thing of like that's how we did gaming, and like occasionally I'd play stuff on my own, but like I never sat down and played a console on my own ever. And I think it's definitely why I'm less into just like sitting down and playing games single player like now. Like it's partly just like generally like interest of change, mental health stuff, and all that shit. But like I hear a lot of people talk like favorably like Universal Man and Reese and that talks favorably and like with good memories of like the shots you'd get as like a sniper and back in Battlefield and stuff, and like the long range stuff and like the camping angles you'd have for like spawn camping across the map and all this shit and so on and stuff. Like I had none of that fucking experience because like the only time I touched a PS3 in my life until I no in fact hang on how no, this would be the literal only time I've ever touched a PS3 in my life was like at an ex-friend's house who like I wasn't even that good friends with, and I just went over to his house once because he had that weird PlayStation 3 wand light stick thing, and I tried that and it was like shit, and then I left. Like I don't know, I just didn't. That experience was like such a different thing to like my childhood experience with consoles and gaming. We played a
Fair.
shit ton of the Wii as the family. Like it was always a family thing, although I
Oh
think that's
god, the
definitely more
Wii's
common with
It
the
was
Wii.
brilliant.
a good console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wii is, I think, to this day, the best console that's ever been released. Kind of like, I. It's so hard for me to say because I have such fond memories of the PS2. The PS2 is like my console, um,
Right.
because it was just such a fucking
Piece of shit.
like primarily timed of that point in my life where you're like a child and like you're very focused on like the fun and shit still, and like you're not very serious. School isn't too serious yet. Um, but you're still like you've developed to the point where you're intellectually capable a bit more, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like being able to like actually like play games yourself and like try and like solve things that were a bit more complex for you when you were small, and shit. Like God, that fucking console is so good to me. So like on one hand, I want to be like, yeah, PS2 is like my favorite console, and I think in terms of like console, I played games on my own on, yeah, but it's so hard to take the Wii off the spot as the best console in general for me because the fucking just everything about that console, like the stupidity of it, like having friends over and playing with it, like the shit that went wrong, like family and stuff. It's just such a good console for like creating like stupid and good memories, if that makes sense. In the way that like me sat down and doing something on a PS2 is not necessarily as good for.
Yeah. Sorry, I just looked at the camera we got here on Charles. That's an interesting one. Like the last few times that I think that we met up, so like we played Wii. It's worth it. It's awesome. We really need to just like keep doing things like that. To be honest,
Honestly, some of our fondest gaming moments are on the Wii. It's
True.
great. Honestly, the Wii was. It was great just for family, but like you saying you never really played the PlayStation or Xbox. Like I grew up on them. Some of my favorite and fondest moments, like Reese said, are on the PlayStation back in the Battlefield 3 days, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and all that. I do miss those days. They were genuinely nostalgic, but that's one of the reasons why I miss them, because it's nostalgia. It was a different time, but we were younger, and the world was big. So we were stuck in this little world. But I'm sort of in that same place where I played a lot of games by myself. I fully completed The Last of Us and all that, but I don't know. I'm only just now getting back into single player games and playing them. But it has taken me time to get back into that. I had a period where I was just multiplayer, just doing, this and that in in multiplayer games. I couldn't enjoy a single player game because I never found the time.
Yeah.
In quotations, I just stuck to playing multiplayer games, even if I didn't enjoy them. Counter Strike being a great example, or like making me salty and not really wanting to play them. So that's one of the reasons. Yeah, but we're gonna get to that point now where Delicious is gonna slap me around the face if he could.
I will. Don't worry. I'll remember next time I see you.
Yeah, when we do a real life when we do a podcast where we're all sat in the same room, I will allow you to slap me around the face when I get to this part.
Awesome.
But as always, are there any last things you'd like to quickly talk about?
I've not got any. I don't think anything comes to mind for me.
Fair.
No, no. It's just been a bit of a sporadic podcast. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We had the family filler in the middle.
Yep.
We had obsessing and
How the
avid
fuck
hate
did we
filler.
get from family filler to talking about British colonies to then talking about UK shows?
I'm not sure that's the exact order that went down in.
That's how I
No,
remember
me
it.
neither, but
I don't actually.
Yeah.
Like literally, I'll play a game of
Absolutely.
football for half an hour. People ask me what happened. I said I genuinely can't remember any of that game.
I actually do have some news.
Oh no.
Okay.
An eruption of La Palma has started. The Spanish volcano. It started
God.
about a couple hours ago, but really picked up about an hour ago. So yeah, some interesting news.
Well, fuck anybody that wants to fly to Spain.
I don't know if it's that strong an eruption necessarily, but a lot of people talking about it on my timeline. So
Fair. Well, I think we should call that an evening there. I forgot to do this last week, and I feel kind of bad.
what?
Well, anything you would like to promote, or shout out, or
Oh yeah.
give a link to?
Twitch.tv/tactical TV. Of course.
Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, you go next.
I was saying, do I not get to shout something out?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'd like to shout out the Wikipedia article for etiquette. I think it's important that when you have guests, you let them speak out first rather than trying to speak over them. I don't care. Yeah, shout out to Charles for doing good stuff.
How dare you?
Shout out to Sean Murray for creating a good game, even if it's not 100% my jam. It still annoys me to this day the shit rep that game gets for not much reason. And shout out to twitch.tv/delicious-twitch.
Damn it! You stole my shout out.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to shout out
Have
Delicious
your-
Twitch.
Streaming
Come on.
Geotastic near you soon.
Yeah. I'll shout out Agent Oink as well. Twitter rants are interesting. Not what I expected you to shout out, to be
Love
honest,
you,
about No
Steven.
Man's Sky and Sean Murray, but that was interesting.
Look. I have numerous problems with that game that we won't go into because you're ending the podcast, and that would make you very angry. But it does not deserve the rap of being like a terrible game because it is not a terrible game by any stretch of the means.
Okay.
No.
Fair. Don't blame you. Right. That's that. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. If you are interested in seeing these recordings live, like the folks that have been, don't forget to just check my Twitch out, subscribe.
Like me.
Currently, it's I think it's, how much is it off? 20% off now in September. I don't remember. I should know. It has been a week since I streamed, so I'm a bit rusty on that. But yes, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, do put them in the comments below, as always. And we'll see you
Who said that?
in a fortnight. We need a better outro.
Funny dance.
Remember, destroy the financial markets, Garfield. Destroy them.
Yes. Games stop.
Thanks, Garfield.
Bye.
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 No.